Hi everyone, I'm Audrey and you're listening to Audrey Pathfinder. I'm a student in grade 3 and I'm on a mission to map out career paths of the future. I have a lot of school years ahead, but I want to start exploring today. Today is a little bit special. I've interviewed engineers and mill workers. But today, I'm turning the mic on someone I know really well. We're sitting down with Jackie to talk about the life of an independent author. I've always wondered how a book goes from a tiny idea in your head to something you can actually hold in your hands. Let's find out how it's done. Welcome to the podcast, Jackie.
Hi, Audrey. Thanks for having me. And those of you who don't know, I am actually Audrey's mom, and I wear many hats. One of them is independent author, as she would say, and I feel highly underqualified to be doing this interview, but if you ask me, I could never say no. And if you want to ask me about all of the other things I do on another podcast, I would be more than happy to do those interviews for you as well.
Thank you. All right, let's get into it. How do you come up with your ideas? Do they start as a tiny spark or a big story?
I think you're pretty familiar with how I do this, but I will explain in further detail for you and your listeners today. So most of the time, you and your sister are a large part of creating all of these ideas that I write about. So I write children's books. I've published 4 books. The first one was Billy's New Ball, which is no longer available for purchase. And then I published the Wonder Seeker series. Only the first 2 are available right now. Journey Through the Street and The Whispers of the Wings. They are nature themed, and each one focuses on different elements. For example, our first book that we wrote, the idea here, honestly, these things kind of change in the process of writing as well. So when I first started writing this book, I originally wanted to surprise you and your sister for Christmas, as you know. And it took me a very long time, perhaps a year of writing late at night after you guys fall asleep, because I do homeschool you, so I didn't want you to see me writing it. So it could be a complete surprise. So I would wait till you guys fall asleep and I would write down ideas, and most of the ideas are from...
You did that?
I know, right? And it's from observing you and your sister play and interact with nature, with each other. And it inspired the main characters, Willow and Poppy, which are you and your sister. The stories are about this family, these 2 sisters specifically, and an adventure through the forest that their house backs up to. So in the first book, it's about the stream in the forest, and they make a friend called Ryder, which was loosely a character I created inspired by your grandfather and your cousin, kind of mix between the 2. And the stream is loosely based on the stream we often go to in the park close to our house. Even the cover art is based on a picture I have of you and her there. So everything is very much inspired of our lives. And even some of the words I use are, sometimes I make lists of words that sound more interesting, or maybe you wouldn't know right away, but you can get it from the context perhaps. And I just find that a little bit more interesting to use unique words in regular speech as well. Yeah, I think I veered off a little bit here on your question, but yes, my ideas are very much influenced by our lives and very much influenced by you and your sister. Even the 4th book that we wrote together, the Christmas book we wrote together,
Operation Cinnabon.
Yeah, that was a good one, right? It's a lot shorter. It's not a chapter book like the Wonder Seekers, but it's a really good one as well. I love that story.
Sounds very interesting.
I hope so.
Question 2. What is your favorite part about being a writer? Is the world building the characters or actually typing the words?
Honestly, I think both. I do enjoy creating the worlds very much. That's definitely a highlight for me because all of my dreams can come true in a makeup world that I write about, right? Like the color of their house. I would never paint our house pink and orange. Of course, Daddy would lose his marbles.
Yeah.
But in my book, it works and it's beautiful and it stands out and it's unique and it's totally their character and everything just ties in together because I made it that way. So I love that the aspect that I get to have the freedom to create a world that maybe is not so realistic in real life, but also typing it out. Like I said, we do make lists of these unique words, and I enjoy that. I think that's just a personal quirk of mine to use words that are a little bit unusual. So I enjoy writing process as well.
So you like both?
I do like both, yes.
That's also very interesting. Question 3. If you could live inside the world of any book you've written, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, I think I already said that accidentally. You know, or you already know. What do you think I would choose?
The Wonder Seeker.
Yeah, of course, that's my dream. The Wonder Seekers, they live near this forest that's so abundant in nature and flowers and...
I would love to go to the lab.
The lab. I know, that's a dream of mine from when I was a kid as well. My sister and I used to build houses in the forest, but not up in trees because we couldn't do that, but down by the tree trunks, and it was the best, and those are one of my fondest memories from my childhood as well.
Question 4. Being an author sounds like you just sit and write all day, but I know there's way more to it. What's the most surprising job a writer has to do that isn't actually writing?
Perhaps the boring things about it, I think. So, yes, I do get to decide on a world and on characters and make up all these stories and make the story take turns and have magical events and this and that. And yes, I do get to type it out and make it look pretty, but there's also a lot of formatting and a lot of the boring things like spacing, page numbers, and fitting your graphics in the right format so then they're accepted for publishing, and then pricing, and just all of these boring stuff that you wouldn't think of. And perhaps other people that are not independent authors have a team. Often they do have a team of people who do all of that for them. And the task of publishing a book and writing a book is split up between many people usually. But in my case, I do it all myself.
Question 5. Is it hard to keep going when you're stuck on a writer's block day? And how do you push past it?
I feel everybody's a little unique in this one, but we do all have writer's block days for sure. The way I overcome this is I usually take a small break. I will write, and I'll get to a chapter, and then I kind of feel like maybe this chapter didn't hit exactly like I wanted. Let me just take a break. And oftentimes we'll go out, and as that is my greatest inspiration for my books is us interacting and going on adventures and talking and just our lives. So I would completely dive into that on a writer's block day, and it usually works. Maybe I'll have a couple of days off, completely submerged in our lives, our day-to-day lives. Nothing fancy, just maybe go for a walk, or we do some school together, or we have a conversation.
Or hiking.
Hiking, yeah. And these things kind of spark ideas and maybe take a turn in my chapter, and then I go back and rewrite the whole chapter, or rewrite 3 chapters back because now the new idea is so much better, and it just continues on and on like that.
Question 6. How do you know when a story actually is finished and ready for the world to see?
Oof, that's a tough one. I often struggle with this one. I don't know. I would finish my idea. So originally, I obviously make notes of how I want the story to turn out. I cover my points. Sometimes things change along the way. And like I said, I rewrite chapters all the time. But eventually, when I do get to the final idea I had in mind and completed the story I wanted to tell, in this series, specifically The Wonder Seekers, I have a very long-term plan. In the first book, we talk about water. In the second book, we talk about butterflies.
What is your ideas about the third book?
The third book is going to be about fossils. As you know, it is foreshadowed in book 2.
I know.
Every book kind of gives a little sneak peek what the next one will be about. So at the end of book 1, we had a little sneak peek about the monarch butterflies. And then book 2 came out, and it is about monarch butterflies. And then at the end of book 2, we have a sneak peek about fossils, and book 3 will be about that. How I know a story is finished? Sometimes I don't. I just go through the list of the idea I had set out. And with book 2, this was a very long process. I kept saying, I'm done. And then I kept rewriting. And then at one point I was like, you know what? I think the story makes sense this way, and we've added extra intriguing bits here, and it just works right now. I'm going to stop here because sometimes too much is too much. You just got to trust it, and I trusted it. And I love it. It's my favorite book that I have out so far.
I like it too.
Thank you.
Question 7. Did you feel nervous about sharing your writing with other people for the first time?
Oh my God, yes, so much. I've been writing little books and poems and comic books since I was a little girl. I used to write when I was maybe grade 1, and I would illustrate this repeat cartoon. So I would have many books in this series of Starboy, and he was a little pink star, and his adventures, and I would illustrate it in little squares and conversation bubbles, and I would read it to my grandfather. He was very much into poetry and music and other literary work. So with him, I shared this. Honestly, I didn't put this together until just now that you asked me. But I've been doing this since I was a little kid. And then with him, I felt very comfortable sharing. But then he would share it with his friends because he was proud. And that was so humiliating for me. I was so embarrassed. But everybody always celebrated it, so it was okay, I guess. Then in school, in grade 7 maybe, I wrote Billy's New Ball in grade 7. It was a school project, and the teacher loved it. She actually spoke to me after class. And then years later, when you and your sister were born and you were a little bit older, I did rewrite Billy's New Ball in a bit of a happier version. I was talking to a friend of mine before publishing. I said, I don't know if I'm super humiliated or if I'm proud. Should I even publish this? And I remember them saying, no, whatever it is, your girls are going to be proud of it one day. And you need to do it, if not for you, for them. And I did. Even with that book, we had some hiccups trying to illustrate it. The original illustrator kind of didn't come through, so I ended up doing all the illustrations myself. Again, late at night, I had to learn how to watercolor paint properly so I can illustrate this vision. I simplified the design completely so it would be easy for me to do.
He's kind of like an alien.
He's a little robot, yeah. Edited further on computer myself. I had to learn all these new skills. Like, I'm learning new skills now doing your podcast edits too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying I have many hats I wear. I do so many other things aside from this. We're actually working on a coloring book as well, coloring book series that goes along with the Wonder Seekers.
Yeah.
So that will be
I saw you
out
sketching.
Yeah.
The cover too.
Yes, that'll be coming out this year.
A question, why on the cover I don't have shoes?
Because you often used to you still do honestly, take off your shoes and go barefoot in sand by the river.
Especially sand. It goes in my shoes, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in sand, and you used to do it in grass as well. You'd say, I'm grounding.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't have shoes. Did I answer your question? I think I veered off.
You veered off, but you actually answered it in the beginning. So.
Okay, great.
Question 8. How did you feel when you finally hit publish on that first book, knowing it was all your hard work?
Yeah, I already answered that in the previous one as well. Yeah, I felt super nervous. I immediately wanted to unpublish. And I was talking to Daddy and I was talking to my friends. I was like, oh my God. This is super embarrassing. This is cringe. And everyone was like, just do it. Your girls are going to be proud. Who cares? People ended up buying that book and I was proud. But I was also like embarrassed that it's something that I wrote and like people are reading my idea. But it was truly so well received. I was shocked. And I was happy, and you guys were so proud, and you wanted to read it again and again, and that's what inspired me to keep writing. So I took a couple years off, and then I decided to write The Wonder Seekers to surprise you guys.
I love it.
I'm so glad.
Question 9. If you weren't an author, what other kind of cool job do you think you'd be doing right now?
Oh my gosh, well, all the other things that I do, perhaps. I think my coolest job is being your mom. And
that's the best one.
It is the best one. Homeschooling you and seeing you grow and learn. And honestly, the only thing I'd ever want to be doing, I don't know, if I wasn't writing books.
You know, The Wonder Seekers, my favorite line is encouraging her daughters for spontaneous dances around the house. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's us. I have a question back about that. So, if I wasn't writing, what do you think I would be doing as a job?
Editing our podcast.
Fair, yeah. I do that.
Question 11. And it's the last question.
Oh, okay.
If someone listening wants to write a book one day, what's the number one piece of advice you'd give them?
Again, I feel highly underqualified to answer these questions. But in my personal opinion, if you want to
You're
write...
very much qualified.
Oh, baby, thank you. If you want to write books, if you want to write short stories, or to write scripts for movies or podcasts or whatever it may be, if you want to write, then you have to write. Every day, just write. Even if you're writing what you did the day before, just practice writing all the time. Write your thoughts, write ideas, write observations, write your schedule, write tasks that you have to do. Just keep writing.
Would you suggest to write Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes song?
Of course, write everything. I used to write all kinds of nonsense. In grade 1, 2, 3, I would always write schedules by time. At 10 o'clock, I'm doing this. At 10:30, I'll be doing this. 10:45, I'm doing that. I would write everything. I would read so much. I think that's another huge thing. If you read work of other authors, especially some of the classics, they would inspire you and really, in a way, teach you how to write something a little bit more sophisticated or maybe mysterious or playful. We read a lot of books together, so a lot of them inspire me in the way I tell stories as well. Would you want to be an author, do you think? Or maybe write a story? You're so good at storytelling. You make the best stories. Whenever we've had any projects for school where you had to make up stories or tell stories, they're always so great and so inventive. You're such an inventive person.
Thanks. And now it's time for the official Pathfinder rating. Preparation level. I give it a 5 out of 5 gold star rating. Because it sounds like a lot of things you gotta prepare before you publish your book. Impact rating. I give it a 5 out of 5 gold star rating. Because all the information we get is from books. The Audrey Fit. How much I personally enjoy this. I give it a 5 out of 5 gold star rating. And the first 5 out of 5 gold star rating on the podcast. Because, there's the boring parts, but the main stuff is very exciting. I love to make up stories. Sometimes the stories are connected to other stories, and that's fun. That wraps up today's episode of Audrey Pathfinder. A huge thank you to Jackie for sharing her experience. And thank you to all the kids and families listening. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep building your own path. See you next time!